The Wall is directed by Doug Liman and written by Dwayne Worrell, and it stars Aaron Taylor Johnson and his name is John Cena! There's no one else to be seen in this film. You can't see anyone else. I'm sorry. In this movie, two American soldiers are trapped by a lethal sniper with only an unsteady wall between them. One of them is behind this wall, the other is not, and we find ourselves with a very tense thriller set in the sun, in the desert, with everything against these two soldiers. Now, an aspect that I didn't know about this film, but I really appreciated it, and it really is telling to how good of a director Doug Liman is. He always does something different, and he always does something good as far as his directing is concerned. And this film, for the most part, except when there are time jumps, but when you are in the action with these characters, when you are following the story, not only it has very little cuts throughout the film, but it is told in real time. You follow these characters through an entire day with no time jumps. Maybe they faint at some point and then they wake up and you start following them again in real time. There are no big time skips. There's no, well, a guy wakes up in the morning and then you are with him at night. There's no such thing. This is very intense in the sense that you are always there with these characters, and Doug Liman chooses a mixture between close-ups and handheld camera. And again, without cutting too much, when a character looks somewhere or he extends his arm to grab something, Doug Liman follows him with his camera. When a character goes over the wall to look at something that was blocking his view with the wall, you don't cut to anything. You barely cut in this movie. There are very minimal cuts, and it's very pristinely edited. The editing in this film is fantastic. Fantastic as well as the direction and the performances. Aaron Taylor Johnson is great in this film. And just give the guy more roles, more significant, meaty roles, because he really portrays this soldier very well. The pain he is going through, the tension he is feeling, the whole drama that this guy is going through, his internal conflict, the conversations that he shares with this lethal sniper that he can't find, but somehow finds a way to communicate with him through the radio, and it becomes very tense. These conversations that they have throughout the film are probably not what you are expecting, and just like the way this movie is shot and edited, what this movie is truly about is very unconventional, and to many people, I understand how it can feel very empty, very hollow, but to me it was really refreshing to see a drama so intense, so focused, so thrilling. This situation, because you are following it in real time, because you are so in there with this character alone, where you barely cut away to anything else in the film, I barely felt relief throughout this film. I was always there. I was always grabbing my armchairs like this. I was always batting my fist like this because it was so tense. And whenever there is action in this film, it's very quick, but not in the way it's edited. Again, there are not many edits. You edit it how you should edit it because it's a sniper battle. And it's very good as well. They don't take too long because this movie knows that it should focus on the thrilling situation, on the drama that this guy is going through. He's out there alone. And throughout the film, you find out why he is there. What was his mission? You find out stuff about his past. You find out stuff about the sniper's past. And that is all very intense. That all feeds into the film and the characters and the situation. And John Cena was also good in the film. I was surprised at how much I liked him. He was very likable. Can't say there's a full-fledged character to him, but what you do get from his character, you like him. He's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy, and you can root for him. Also, a very interesting thing. Not only is this movie shot in real time, but because of that, what also adds to the film is that it has no score. This movie doesn't have a score. And the sound design is brilliant in this film. Every sound you hear, you must pay attention because it is so significant to the storytelling of the film. And I love that there was no score. I was about 20 minutes into the film and I was like, huh, there's no music. And it was only then when that clicked that I realized, oh shit, we are following this in real time. When we are cutting, it's only to cut away to something and back with this guy, but it's the same moment. And we follow that throughout 90 minutes. And the fact that it is 90 minutes creates this very claustrophobic feeling that we are somehow running out of time to be with this character, to spend time there in this situation, to learn about him. And it's very wise of Doug Liman to not have this movie prolong itself too much. In fact, maybe if you cut 5 more minutes from the film, because there is one section that kind of halted the movie, even though it's not a very fast-paced movie. It's just the right time, the right editing, the right type of direction, the right type of scoring and sound design, and everything just fitted. I do have a few nitpicks with this film, and one of them really may not be a nitpick because I'm not sure about this. I was never in the army. I know barely anything about the army, but if you guys do know, let me know in the comments. So this guy, the sniper, can go into their frequency and communicate on the radio with them. I just never heard anything about that, and it is never explained in the film, so I don't understand how that can be possible. But if it is, if you guys know it, let me know in the comments, please. Another problem I have with this movie, and this is a problem I do have, and I will not spoil anything, is that there is something the sniper and Aaron Taylor Johnson's character talk about. They come back to it, referring it here and there throughout the film. And it didn't seem that big of a deal. You didn't even notice it until they mentioned it. Until that moment, you hadn't noticed anything, and there was nothing to go against that element of the film, of his character. And then it becomes this very big deal that it feels like something we should have built more towards to feel more significant. And I just didn't feel it. I understood it for the character's sake. I understood it that it hurt the character. But to me as an audience member, as someone watching a narrative unfold, I just didn't feel the impact of that emotionally for me. I didn't receive that impact. This is a gripping, intense thriller drama, an original film that doesn't run for too long. It has spectacular performances, a very unique and interesting direction that is very rare to see, with phenomenal sound design. And it's a very gripping story, and without spoiling, an ending that takes a lot of balls. And because of that, the wall is a collector's item. What did you think of The Wall, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? And what is your favorite isolated thriller movie? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget, there's a link to the beautiful Geeky Community Facebook group in the description. I hope to see you there in the Facebook group, and as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are truly the freaking best. I love you all so, so much. And this Wednesday, I have my review for Transformers: The Last Knight. Let's cross our fingers. So until then, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!